Hello folks, welcome to OTD, also known as On The Deck, where you can get all the sports you need in 10 minutes. My name is Adam Orduna. This is my mom, Gina.
He is a journalist.
She's the enthusiast.
I'm enthusiastic because it's a great week for sports. It's homecoming tonight for your alma mater, a team you're also now coaching for. And
yes.
We're representing our Huskies today.
Correct. Ariel, my sister, went through
was a varsity cheer captain there.
Years. My brother will go to Northwest all 4 years. I was only able to go for a year and a half, just due to the fact that we were moving and we moved into this community. But the school that I coach at and that we've been heavily invested in for 11, 12 years now, is celebrating homecoming this weekend. And so tonight's the big night. Due to scheduling, we had to play on Thursday instead of Friday, but that's okay. We're really excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night.
Awesome, so.
Well, whenever I get to go to any football, you know, whether it's your brother's football game or the high school game or go watch K-State or Nebraska or go to a Chiefs game,
right.
I'm happy.
Yes.
So let's get into it.
Well, and just giving an update as we kind of featured Christian's football game.
That's true.
On our last show, Christian's team did win 10-8. It was a barn burner, as people like to call it. But he played great. He had an awesome game.
Played every snap on the O-line. Thank you.
Yes, it came down to a blocked field goal. That's how they scored, his Oxford team, and then a last-second field goal as well. So it was special teams that
got the game for us.
It's really awesome, and so he was excited. He was super sore too, but that's part of playing O-line.
Football hurts. That's just the way it is.
Well, in lieu of football, since we're really in the meat and potatoes of the season college and for the pros.
Aren't we like week 6 of college?
Yeah, week 6 of college, going into
five
week 5 for the pros. We're going to talk about some of the other sports that are taking place right now. There are some sports that just wrapped up. We're going to talk about the WNBA. That season just wrapped up last night with their finals. The wild card series for both National League and American League wrapped up as well over the last couple days. And then we've got a big matchup, America versus Panama, to keep their hopes alive.
Just to qualify for the World Cup.
Yes, hopes alive for the World Cup there. And then NBA preseason has just kicked off over the last few days.
National Drama Association,
the NBA or NBA.
Get ready to gear up. It's not like they were ever geared down.
Right.
So there we go.
It's just crazy. There are so many levels. You got the summer league, and then now you've got the preseason, and then you have the actual season,
which goes on for 9 months.
Like the preseason / summer league /
October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. That's 9 months of the year of the season.
Right.
And then they just kept drama up all summer.
Yes.
Well, why don't we just start there since we're talking about it?
Well, yeah, since
seriously,
the preseason for the NBA has kicked off, there has been so much in the headlines with who is going where. Super teams are now kind of the norm for the NBA. It is extremely one-sided. The Western Conference is absolutely
hands down, no comparison.
Loaded.
And the Eastern Conference, we've been calling them the Weast, the weak East.
Right.
Skip Bayless calls them the least. You can come up with anything you want to. They are no longer just the weak East. This is a team that is like, I don't even have a word. We need to come up with something. I don't know what do you do worse than weak.
Well, what they need to do, they need to combine the teams and to just make it one team, and then take
the superstars off.
It just combine one team so they can be one conference, and then they take on the rest of the teams, because the West is just loaded. They're loaded. And
dominant, top to bottom.
Let's talk about some of those teams quickly.
Okay.
OKC, they've got a brand new big three. You got Paul George. I call him PG-13 because that's his number 13.
Right.
And then you still have Russell Westbrook. And then the huge addition with Carmelo Anthony. That is going to be a great team. I'm excited for that.
And I was shocked, as we said on one of your earlier shows, that Mr. Big Time, Big City came to OKC. But, you know, a lot of people are saying Carmelo's on his last legs, a geriatric ball, this, that, and the third. Carmelo can score at will. At will. Don't sleep on Carmelo Anthony.
Revitalized this year as he's trying to prove a lot of people wrong. Especially up there in New York.
And think about it, he'll have no distractions. He doesn't, he's not going to be having that battle with Phil Jackson.
He's not by himself. He's dump it off to Paul George or to let Russ just take over a game if he needs to.
He can go in there and be the spot-up shooter. So I think it's going to be very competitive.
Great. Then obviously you've got Chris Paul down there in Houston joining forces with James Harden. that relationship has melded very well.
Quickly, Chris Paul put on a show 2 nights ago.
Are, like 2 peas in a pod. He says this is the most fun he's ever had in his pro career.
Exactly, and I think people who doubted them were like, "Oh, they're both ball hogs. Who's going to take the ball?" Sometimes when you're playing, what
we were saying. I was saying. I
kind of said that too. I was trying to blame other people.
Well,
but,
yeah.
Okay,
but I know I was saying.
But what we did see was 2 guys who really enjoyed the game and I could dish to you, I could behind the back to you, you can do the 3 to me, I can do the 3 to you, and they just looked like they were having a ball. They put on a show.
Point, they have 3-point shooters. Those 2 can shoot the threes, and then they still have other 3-point shooters.
And they can dish the ball to anybody everywhere. They were having fun. They were
having fun. And then you do have Minnesota, who acquired Jimmy Butler and Karl Anthony Towns, who's already there. They're going to have a lot of good games coming from Minneapolis. The West, it continues to get better. Obviously, you still have Golden State. So the list goes on and on and on. The Lakers are going to be young.
You got San Antonio. You got young Lakers they're not going to make the playoffs, but they're going to play well. But you still have the Clippers who have something to prove. You still have the Sun. And then you go to the East, and let's just give I think you have Miami, obviously Cleveland, and I think you have Boston.
Yes.
I think that's pretty much it. I'm not going to get buy into the Washington thing again because DC jacked me.
Is also going
Toronto,
you might as well honestly just look at the young teams. You got Philadelphia. If Joel Embiid can stay healthy, you got Ben Simmons, you got Markelle Fultz. Those are some guys that you really want to focus on. And then you got Milwaukee, who's going to be really good as well.
That's true. So anyway, the NBC preseason is already off to a good start. People are looking good, so it'll be fun.
The NBA preseason is a good entertainment show.
Well, and let's just say this. If you don't like basketball, just stay tuned for the drama because it's coming.
Yes.
The National Drama Association will not let us down this year.
And then the acquisition of Dwayne Wade to Cleveland, that's going to be something else to be looking after. So we'll see.
I love my D Wade, but the knees got to stay healthy. All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
They'll be healthy. It'll be good. We got to support.
I love D Wade. I do love D Wade.
All right, well, let's talk about some soccer here. USA Pride as they're taking on Panama. This is again to keep the dreams and hopes alive for the World Cup.
Because you have to win so many games to qualify.
Yes.
You're not just, the World Cup isn't actually the World Cup. You have to actually qualify.
Yes.
So if Team USA doesn't win tonight against Panama, they're out. So they have to win to keep their hopes alive.
It's a must win. So we're keeping our fingers crossed.
I might have to watch that game.
Yes, it's going to be very exciting. So we'll see what happens there. Speaking of one and dones, the wild card matchups just finished up. You had the Colorado Rockies taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then you had the New York Yankees taking on the Minnesota Twins. And
we did our picks. You picked the Yankees. I picked the Twins.
Yes.
Yankees won.
Did win.
And then you picked the Diamondbacks. I picked the Rockies.
Yes.
The Diamondbacks won. So clearly I don't know anything about baseball.
But with that, it just was a placement game. And so now we do have the playoff set.
Our set.
And so for the American League, you've got the Yankees taking on the Cleveland Indians. And then you have the Red Sox taking on the Houston Astros. And then for the National League, you have the Diamondbacks taking on the Dodgers. And then you got the Cubs taking on the Washington Nationals. So the playoffs are here, and it's going to be actually pretty interesting. Well, this will be a good one.
The first games come tonight, so we do need to do a couple of picks. I mean, I'm interested in the Cubs versus the Nationals. I'm going to pick the Nationals.
I'm also going to pick the Nationals.
I don't see the Cubs repeating in the World Series. Diamondbacks versus Dodgers. I'm picking the Dodgers. The Dodgers have played really well. They had a little slump, but they were like on fire.
Yeah, they were on fire. But I am going to stick with the Diamondbacks. I think they are playing really good baseball right now. So those are our picks for the National League. The American League side of things, Red Sox, Astros. To me, it's a no-brainer. I'm going with the Astros.
100 Astros. Yes, exactly. 100 young, hungry Astros.
Yankees and Cleveland Indians. What are your thoughts there?
I think Cleveland is just too tough for them. I mean, I know everybody, the Yankees. Cleveland, and I hate their logo, but they're playing really good ball.
They are playing really good ball.
I think it's going to be Cleveland.
I think it's going to Cleveland may get this first one, but I'm going to still kind of stick it out with the Yankees and see what
because their bats are hot. I get it. It's a toss-up. And what else happened this week?
Yes, we had the WNBA finals that finished up last night. We had the LA Sparks taking on the Minnesota Lynx, and it was one for the ages. It went all the way to a fifth game. It was back home in Minneapolis and Minnesota. This was a rematch of last year. Mm-hmm. Both teams are dynasties.
That's true.
But the Lynx have now won 4 out of the last 7. And Sylvia Fowles is just one of the great all-time WNBA
all
players.
She does is win. That's all I do is win, win, win. That's all she knows.
She is phenomenal.
She just knows.
She was the league MVP. She was also the finals MVP. She was on a great team. Maya Moore was also the leading scorer. And then for the LA Sparks, Candace Parker was the leading scorer for them. It was a very, very good game. That fourth quarter was really fun to watch. It was down to the wire. It's just awesome to see the WNBA stay strong.
Yes.
They've been at this for quite some time now. And
their audiences are slowly going up. I like to see them on ESPN. It was good.
It was awesome.
Congratulations to both teams. But Lynx, you are the world champs.
Good job, ladies.
There you go, ladies.
Awesome. Well, we're really excited because this is just a continuation of all the sports that are taking place. It's not just football.
You know what? I feel like a rising tide lifts all boats.
Right.
Football seems to just lift everybody up.
Exactly.
Everybody's just playing better because it's football season.
It is
there
football
you go.
season, so
Thank you,
everybody
football.
else has to raise their level of play. Well, we're really excited to keep watching all the stuff taking place here. We want to say subscribe to our YouTube channel, type in my name, Adam Orduna, and like our Facebook page. We'll see you again, folks.